Hey folks, this is Game Master Mike, and we are going to take a look at my Tolkien books and movie collection. Now, I got quite a bit of books I want to show you, plus these movies, which I want to show you from The Lord of the Rings. Now, I really do enjoy watching The Lord of the Rings. It is a pretty amazing movie. I was amazed with all the style and actors and everything about it. So I had to collect for The Lord of the Rings, and I've seen the 3 movies in theaters, and also The Hobbit yet, which is the prequel to the Lord of the Rings, which I have not owned The Hobbit yet. I'm not sure, but I believe the extended version of The Hobbit is out. I really want to get this on Blu-ray. And first, I want to show you my book and art book collection. Now, this one is not by Tolkien, it's by Michael and Staunton. It's called Hobbits, Elves, and Wizards. It's exploring the wonders and worlds of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. It tells you all the stories about Middle-earth and everything about it, which is pretty neat. So, if it's anything about Hobbits, books about that, I'll pick it up. Next is the Book of Lost Tales, which I have not read yet. I heard it's pretty neat. It also tells you the history of Middle-earth and how it's created, which is very neat. Next is The Hobbit. It tells you about the beginning of The Lord of the Rings, about Bilbo Baggins. I remember reading this in high school, and it is pretty amazing. Glad to have this book. Next, we talked about the beginning, the Fellowship of the Ring. Whoops, that's no, the Return of the King. Here's the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King. Now, I really do not like these book novels with the scenes from the movies in it. Like, here's Frodo, and here is Legolas, I think, and there's Gandalf. So, I'm not a huge fan with top of these remake books with put like a scene in the movie in it. It just takes out the excitement from the original, especially with the artist creating it. They just like take it out and put it in there, which I'm not a huge fan of, by the way. So we're going to set these aside, and we're going to take a look at these few art books. Here is The Art of the Hobbit, which is pretty neat and amazing art book. So the art to this is very amazing. It tells you like all the plans, as you can see, and everything about it. I like the drawing and art style, which is pretty amazing. Here is The Hobbit Chronicles. This is Thorin's map, by the way, which I'm going to keep it like that in there. Here's some art style with the pencil work, which is awesome. Here's like all the horses, animals, luggage, any items you can imagine. Here's all the weapons, which is cool. I really do like that. There's a deer in the background. So, I only seen the 3 Hobbit movies at the theaters, but I have not owned them yet. I want to get the Hobbit trilogy on Blu-ray real soon. Wow, that looks scary. That's wolves. Ooh. Just pretty epic. Wow, there's the conditions of engagement, as you can see there. And here's the making of the movie trilogy of The Lord of the Rings. There's the map of Middle-earth. Yeah, it tells you like this book will tell you like all the locations in all of New Zealand. They'll tell you how they set things up, build things together. And there's the Tower of Sauron with the Eye of Sauron. There's Gandalf. There's the makeup that tells you about all the makeup they have done, which is awesome. And the music conductor, which is amazing. They tell you about the orchestra of it, which I do want to perform in an orchestra because I've played trombone my 4 years of high school. I was in the band, got to go on trips. There's the orchestra for the Lord of the Rings there. So, yeah, I want to be in that kind of orchestra to play music during movies, which will be kind of epic and amazing, me playing my trombone. There's a Middle-earth security, which is hilarious. There's orcs, trolls, journalists, and hobbits. Dude, I think hobbits eat like 8 times a day. I know they eat a second breakfast, then afternoon tea, dinner, and supper, which is amazing. I wish I could do that. And there's Treebeard the Ent. There he is, up close. There's Treebeard. And finally, the movies. We got the 2 cheesy cartoons, The Lord of the Rings and The Return of the King. Oh my god. I've seen the cartoon version of The Hobbit when I was in high school, and of course, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, the characters kind of remind me of Alvin and the Chipmunks. I don't know why they chose this style, but I believe the first Lord of the Rings cartoon was like so bad that it is hilarious. I laughed at all the scenes. That is hilarious. That is so cheesy. I cannot believe they made something like that. Like I said before, The Return of the King and The Hobbit, the cartoon series that is, kind of reminds me a lot like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Oh my god, that is hilarious. And finally, the extended version of The Lord of the Rings. It's the special extended DVD edition. There we got Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King. It is like 4 hours long, so you get like features that's not in it, more deleted scenes and everything. I'm just going to leave this like this. I'm not going to take it out. So basically it tells you like all the info, missing scenes, and everything about it. So I had to pick this up, and I really do like this where it came from. I'm going to take this out, take a sneak peek at it. And I like the art style on this. I'm just going to briefly take this out if it'll ever come out. There we go. Here's the back of it. I like the forest style of it, meeting of the elves. And here is Fellowship of the Ring. I like the art style of this. Let's see if I can get the Return of the King out. If it'll ever come out, that is. Thank you for being patient. And here it is. There's a Frodo, Gandalf, and Bilbo sailing to, what's that end of the movie? To that shrine, which is pretty much of a sad ending. That is. Yeah, I think I find the ending to The Return of the King very sad, because Frodo's going and could never return, which is very sad, that is. Well, folks, there you go. That is my Tolkien book and movie collection. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.